WPYX 106.
It's Quinn and Cantera, and of course the topic on the front of every newspaper, well, at least the New York Post, which is the only newspaper I read, is the soda ban.
Something about you.
Attorney Paul Harding on the phone, of course, 1-800-LAW-1010, 1-800-LAW-1010.com. Paul, welcome to the show.
Good morning, guys. Good morning.
We got some late breaking news. We were ready to talk to you about the soda ban in New York City going into effect, and then a judge overruled it yesterday. So before we get into the details, what's the next move? Is this like months away from another decision?
Yeah, it just got more exciting when the decision came out, and then within hours, the judge said, nope, we're going to join this. We're going to permanently restrain the enforcement of this law. What happens now, and Bloomberg said he's going to do it, he goes ahead and he can appeal that enjoyment, or that with the judge who stopped the enforcement of the law, he can appeal that to the New York State. Has yet 3 different ways to appeal it, but he's going to go right to the appellate division and try to prove that it is enforceable and overturn that judge's decision.
And the reason it was shot down was because the judge said tons of loopholes. Give us an example.
Well, I guess the biggest one that the judge has sat on, he said, listen, when we do these things, we got to show, are they enforceable? And number 2, is it unfair to certain groups of people? So if you own a cart, you're selling the drink, or if you have a restaurant or a movie theater or a stadium, you can't sell the big beverage drink. But all the other folks could, the grocery stores, the 7-Elevens, So the fact that within the same, 2 steps away you can get it, judge said, look, we're just not going to let this go. This thing is just unfair.
Paul, we'll never get away from stuff like this, right? In this country, in a capitalist society that is, where the legal system is used as a tool in many instances. Is there any changing? Why can't someone just stand up and say, this makes no sense, it's a waste of time, why are we going to, because the Supreme Court's not going to let it go through. Why don't we just move on to other important issues that we need to take care of?
Yeah, absolutely so. I mean, there are ways they could have done this. They could have done what they do with cigarettes. Cigarettes are dangerous.
Right.
So they tax them. They make it, it's $20 a day if you want to. They could have done other things. So this is kind of embarrassing for Bloomberg. He's not used to losing.
Right.
So he's just not going to let it go. And I think that's probably where this thing's going to go, because they were the first. You remember the trans fat, when they pulled the trans fat from the food in the city? They actually, if you go way back to 2002, they were the ones who said, look, there's going to be no smoking in public places, in parks. So they have done these unusual things in the past, and it's worked, and then the rest of the country sort of followed.
Right.
I think this one's become kind of laughable.
Yeah. So hit them in the wallet. I mean, who's going to buy a $12? Well, okay. Who's going to buy a $20 44-ounce soda? Not me.
What about this, though? I'm just trying to think of how, if you really are concerned, say we want about Bloomberg, but I think he is concerned, maybe you give tax breaks to the beverage distributors for packaging smaller.
Sure.
For smaller cups.
That's hippie talk right there, Cantera.
Instead of telling the public what they can and can't do, maybe we reward the business for making the right choice.
I'd vote for you.
Am I all Skittles and unicorns?
No, I
right
would
here,
vote
Paul?
for you, Cantera.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, strong argument. Exactly the stuff they're saying they should have done. One of the big loopholes that could be is, you buy a 12-ounce drink, but you drink it down and even halfway, and you fill it back up because it's free refills.
Right.
So there were just so many things in it that just end up being inconsistent with the way laws are supposed to be, which are supposed to be written very tightly. So you really can't get around that easily. This thing was just filled with Swiss cheese.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, it's Attorney Paul Harding from Martin Harding and Mazzotti, 1-800-LAW-1010 and 1-800-LAW-1010.com. Regardless of what happened to this law, you were always able to still purchase your 40 ounces, Paul. your big malt liquors.
His cool Colt.
Colt 45.
That's why I slept easy last night, knowing that they hadn't gone down that road yet.
Like king cobras under each
That's
arm.
right, hanging out on the stoop.
Well, thanks for setting us straight, Paul, and I'm sure we'll talk about this again. We appreciate it.
Okay, guys.
Always a pleasure, my friend. Take care. 1-800-LAW-1010, 1-800-LAW-1010.com. It's Paul Harding.